Hi guys, welcome back. A very good morning to you, all of you. I hope all of you are doing pretty well, and let's start the part 2 now. Now, before you watch this video, I want to just tell you that if you're watching this video, you haven't watched the part 1, which is the video number 380, please do not watch this video. If you're extremely very well in the Access VBA, Excel VBA, you can still go ahead, but I would suggest you to first watch the part 1, because this is a kind of a project which we are trying to build here in an attempt to answer one of my subscribers Ali's the comments, the question which he posted week back on my YouTube channel. So welcome to the video number 381, and let's start from where we actually had left. So far what we have done, just to recap, I'm going to take 1 minute. We are trying to build we are trying to open the Access, and from the Access we are going to actually import this information which you can see right now on the screen. So what I have done is, this is my Access database which is on my desktop, and we would like to, so far what we have done is, in this bookstore table, this information we are capturing, we are getting it imported in the Excel. And this time what we have done is, we have used the DAO technology, which is the data access object library. You can see here in the tools reference, I have explained this everything in my previous video. So these two libraries we are using, and then we have created a user form which is which would look like this form, show form. And when you click on the import book names, what will happen, it will open the Access table from the desktop, and it will go in that bookstore table, and it will fetch the information in this combo box, right? You can see here right now this is blank. So if I just click here, you will see Access is going to open. It will happen in the VBA, right? We have written this code, and then Access gets open, the table gets open, and we have imported all the the book names here, and then the Access is getting closed, and then we will be seeing all these the book names over here. So this is what we have done in the first video, the part 1. Now what is the next thing we want to do now, guys? The next thing which we want to do is, we want to create the update button here and one text box, so that we can update whatever we want to do, and then it will connect back with the Access. So this is going to be an extremely very powerful project, trust me. Thank you so much, Ali, once again for writing me this question. Your question is so nice, and I hope that all the community is going to take the benefit out of it. And so let's start the code now. I'm already on this user form, as you can see. Let's go to the toolbox, and we're going to create the one more command button over here, and I'm gonna give it a name called update. So I just close this, go to the view, and we're going to have the property windows on, and the property windows I'm going to write here CMP update, right? This is what I'm going to use in my VBA programming, and this is going to update record. This is how it is going to look like, update record, right? That's it. Now if you don't have any information about the user forms, I'm not talking about that connecting the Excel with the Access, that's absolutely a very advanced level, but just in case if you are a beginner, or maybe you are an intermediate level and you don't have any information about the user forms, guys, no worries. You can go to my playlist, where you will find here 44 different playlists, and search here a playlist which actually says user form. Let me see that if I can show you, because there are 44, it's a little difficult to find it out. Maybe I think let's give me the space and I can show you. Yeah, that's it, guys. So far we have got 11 videos over here, and the part 1 and the part 2 also you would see here. So here what you need to do is, you need to first of all understand these part 1, part 2, part 3, the videos. For example, what is your text box, the command button, and what is the list box, combo box, how to create a login page. All these videos, if you watch, you will have a very good understanding, right? Let's go back to the code. Now we have the update record, and what do you want to update? So I'm going to again go back to the toolbox, and this time I will like to create a text box here. So let me just close that. We're going to create here a text box, right? That's going to be my text box. Here I will write the name of that book which I want to update, which I want to actually change, right? And again go to the view and click on the property window, and here we're gonna give this a name called txt book. That's it, and yeah, that's it, right? So once you click on the update record, what you want to do, so we want to actually capture the combo box item and we want to change it to the item which we have written in the text box, but in the axis, guys, right? So let us go ahead, and this was the previous code which I actually have written for you in the module 1. This time we're going to create another module, so I'm going to create the module 3. We press F4 and let's give it a name, good name, and I'm going to give this a name called update axis, for example, right? That's what we're going to give it a name. I should have given it a name to the module 1 as well, but that's fine anyways. So let us go ahead and start the code. So this time we will run the update code using DAO. So I will again start the code from the scratch. Now before you do that, as you know, we have activated the two libraries, very important for you. The Access 16.0. If you have any different version, you can, based on your Access version, you just need to check mark that Microsoft Access library. Whatever version you have doesn't really matter. If you're using, for example, Access 2013, you will have a 15.0 or 14.0, 12.0, whatever. That doesn't matter. Similarly, you will should have this Microsoft DAO 3.60 object library as well. So both the libraries should be there. Access 16.0 is going to actually open the Access application for me. So I'm going to start again here. Now this time again, guys, you would like to open the Access. So again, I'm going to use the same X as, the Access dot application, set X equals to new access dot application. I have already explained this code previously. We're going to write this code again so that we can have a good revision. So we're going to make it visible. Then after you make it visible, you're going to open the access. Which access? I'll just go ahead and copy the path from here. So in fact, I can copy this entire stuff here, right? Because we know what is happening here. So I come back to the update and I just go ahead and let me backspace it. Let me paste that here, right? So this is going to open the database, whatever the database you want. My database name is DB, and it is the extension access data. ACCDB is the extension of AccessDB, and it is on my desktop, right? And then you will create the the database, my DB, another object which will refer to the DO. I don't need this R now. This was for to import the data. Now the record set, I have already explained this record set. This record set means that it's basically the information, bunch of records. When you combine them, that the information is called the record set. It can be a table, it can be any query. So as long as it is the information, that's what we call it as a record set, and you don't see it in front of you. It gets open in the the memory. The VBA opens it, and then through the record set you are able to move your cursors in the forward direction and you can access the information. So the same code, guys, I'm going to use here because now what we actually want to do is we want to run the loop. Let me show you what exactly is now plan is. So here we will write the if conditions. So what we're going to do is, now so far your access is opened and we have said that the bookstore is the record set. Now in this record set we're going to run the loop again one by one, and every time the loop runs we're going to target this Excel VBA and Advanced Excel SQL dummies Access VBA, and we will find that if the name which is available in this the number one record, if that is equals to the name which my user has entered in the combo box, if that is equals to this, change it whatever the user has written in the text box. That's what we're gonna do here. Okay, so now let us go ahead and I'm just going to make the code here. So the same code we will write. First of all, we will go to the move first, right? In the move first, and then the next step is we are going to run the loop do while not record set end of file, right? End of file means that it keeps on running until we are on the last record. So but this time this is not going to be the import, right? As I was showing you in the last video, we actually imported the data here, and then ultimately that data actually comes this combo box, right? Right now it is blank. The moment I run this import, it will show here. So that was the idea. Now once we have suppose we have selected here Excel VBA, and then I have written here that Excel VBA should be changed to Advanced VBA, and then I click on the update records, then the Excel VBA should change to Advanced VBA in my table, in my access table here, right? So that's how now we're going to put the code here. So let's just go to the the update access, and here we're going to run the code. So what I will do is I will write here that if the value in my the field, which that it's the name of the field is book name. Okay? If that value is equals to what? If that value is equals to your form value, right? Now, because now you know that your form name actually is the combo box. If I just click on this import box, if you remember, this is your basically CMB book name. You will not be able to use that here. You can see that it is not working. Even if you write the user form name, which you have created, user form one dot. Now let me press CMB. Now that's what you actually get to see here, right? So I thought we should use the variable in the user form area, and then we can use that variable over here. But I think using the user form one, it's actually giving me that the control. It's giving me the access to that control, which is the combo box, and the name of the combo box is CMB book name. So we're gonna use it. I thought user form would come, because user form generally refers with the me word as well, but I think the me is, you can use that me word only in the user form window, right? Because this is just a shortcut actually. We can use that me also, or you can also use the form name as well. That's one and the same thing, but generally you will find people use the me word, right? But if you're in the module, you can't use that me word. So I thought maybe we will have a problem here. Then we will have to declare a variable. But anyways, me doesn't work here, not a problem. But the form name works. So I'm just going to write here form one, and form one dot CMB, which whatever the value you have in your combo box. And if that is equals to like it said, then what you want to do is, then guys, if the field name of my access table is equals to what I have selected in the combo box, then what we will do is, first of all, I'll just show you. Then the message box should come here, data matched. First of all, let me just run this in this way, so that you can see that what is happening. Else and if, else nothing should happen, right? And after the end if, before it goes to the next record, please ensure that you should write here move next. Okay, that's all, right? And at the end of the code, obviously you will have to close your these records. So I'm going to close that, close, and then you're going to close the DB as well. So you my DB dot close, and this is these are the lines which I have already used. So I can quickly go to this, and I can see that how to quit the access application as well. So we're going to quit this application from here, and so I'm going to write here, once the things are done, it should be updated. And yes, don't forget to write the message box here. Maybe you can write here that data updated. Okay, that's it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and run the code. I'm just going to close this. So I'm going to run the code here. There we go. All right, so function not defined. I think there is a typo mistake here, because message box is MSG, and that's it. Now we're going to run the code, and let's just run the code from here, and there we go. You can see that the access is going to be opened. I'm going to make it visible. This we have already seen in the previous video, nothing new about it. So now the bookstore record set will be open, and as I was telling you, you won't see that bookstore table getting opened, but in the VBA memory, it has opened that the records. Now you can access it. That's the benefit of this record set. Okay, it's going to move to the first. Now if you remember the book name, what was the first book name? If I just hover my cursor here, let me see that, if I can see that. Look at this, guys. It is actually Excel VBA. And in the so what is written in your user form? Well, in your user form, in the combo box, nothing is there, right? So obviously you will go, it will go in the initialize, and first it will initialize it. So the point is, you won't see anything here. It is blank. So that's a mistake we have done, because we want to run this code when the user clicks on the update, and the user will click on the update only after entering the data. So I just copy this, and I go here, and I double click here, and when this gets updated, when this button gets clicked, I want to call that macro. So I put the break code here again. Once again, I'm going to put the break code. And by the way, let me just close this PPT as well before I run the code again. I just close this. Just give me a second. Let me save the file. That's it. So now guys, look at this. I click here. Now you see that all the things are blank. Absolutely. First I click on the import book names. The book names will be imported, and there we go. Perfect. Now you have the everything here. Now what I will do is, I will say that Excel VBA has to change to advanced advanced Excel VBA. For example, the moment I click on the update, let us see what will happen. Okay, so the update button is on. You can see I actually have put the break code here. Now it will go in the update code, and now we will have this macro getting run. So now again the access will open, and because of this access getting opened, we will be able to data matched. So I think the code ran very fast. You can see here data matched, and something came, but I think the code ran very quickly. It happens sometimes. Let me reset the code, and let me close the code. Some problem here. Yes, not getting it closed. Let me quickly close this. Okay, we have some problem here. Let me see. Let me close the window. Let's go back to this. All right, I'm sorry, I forgot to click on the message box. That's very funny. This message box actually was coming there. This was was out of the memory, but I think I didn't see that. I forgot that there is a message box. Okay, so this happens. I mean, the code sometimes runs very fast when you click on the external application. So I'm going to put the break code here definitely, so that we can see that, and I'm going to put the break code here as well. So let us go ahead and let us see that how the code is going to work. So I click here, and again I choose, let's say, first you click on the import book names. So we should be able to see that. It's a live project, guys, I'm making in front of you, right? I don't want to I could have made it earlier, and I could have just guided you, by simply showing you all the instructions, but that's not how I do the things. If you know me, it's been now 2 years we are on this, we are running this channel. We have almost now going to touch 400 videos. Amazing journey. Thanks to all of you for your wonderful questions, comments, your support. So I just would like to make this in front of you so that you can see that we're gonna troubleshoot everything, right? So I create let's say I create here SQL this time, and I'm gonna write here that MySQL. Okay, and I click on the update record. Now this time I hope that it will not run quickly because we have put the break codes here. So now the access application is going to be opened. As you can see, now I have my database opened. Bookstore is my table. Now let us run the code. Now what is the first field? The first field, if you remember, in my bookstore table under the header called book name, the first item was Excel VBA. What you have selected in the combo box? SQL. They are not equal, so it will go in the else mode. Very nice. Now it goes to the next record of my bookstore table. What is the next value now? The next value is going to be advanced Excel, which is again not equals to the SQL which you have selected, right? So you see this keeps on moving, but this will not move obviously because this is not the record set. This is a combo box, and what you have selected in the combo box will remain there throughout this code. So we are going to find it out where we have the SQL. Now you have the SQL here, and now you have the SQL here. So guys, this is what you will get data masked. Now we don't want to actually use this. Let me reset this. I just wanted to give you the understanding how the code is going to work. So instead of this now message box, what we will do is we will simply write that in case if the field of the book name table, that the book field of my table bookstore of my access DB is equals to the combo box, whatever the user selects there, then what we're going to do is we're going to simply write that the field should now change to that value, whatever you have. So I'm just going to copy that code. So whatever value you have in your user form, just copy that and put it here like this. So you will have that change done, but it can't be done like this. It will throw the error because first of all you will have to write that your record set has to be in the edit mode, because after all you're going to change something, and once you have done the changes it has to be updated. So you're going to write here rs.update this method so that it can update the record. If you miss these two lines, you will have the error. Trust me on that, right? So that's it, and I hope now the things are looking very pretty fine. If I just go ahead and run the code, so let's go ahead and run the code. There we go. I import the book names first, and then you're gonna have all the book names coming here. Okay, I'm gonna select SQL and I'm gonna write here that advanced SQL. Well, or maybe I can write here that SQL, right? Some people call it SQL as well. Now update the record. There we go. Let me run this. Let us see if I can run it on the F8. Otherwise the code can run maybe on the F5 mode as well. Sometimes it happens. I see that this problem even when you control the PowerPoint, also. But anyways, I mean, you can also put the breakcodes like previously I was doing. Let me see that if this code is going to work. I think this is working. So now the first item is what? Excel VBA, so it will go in the else mode, as you already know. And then what is the next item? I think the next item is also the SQL, so it's advanced Excel. So there we go, MDiv. Now what is the next item? It's actually SQL, right? So that's equals to my SQL. So now we go in the edit mode, and now your this SQL has to be equals to. Okay, so yeah, there's a mistake, guys. That's very weird. You should have not written here the combo box. Actually, you should have written here the value in the text box, guys, right? Because text box value is the one you need to write here, dot value, right? Because combo box is just to check what value is you want to change. You select that value from the table. These Excel VBA, advanced Excel SQL, dummies, access VBA, whatever you see, this is coming directly from the table, and that's what you select, and that's what you put it in the comparison. And if the comparison happens to be true, then what you have written in the text box, that get to be updated. So ultimately, if I hover, now this is what it will do. So let us see that. All right, the code run, the record is updated, and I'm gonna run this code quickly. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. There we go. That's it. Database is going to be closed, and this x.quit means application access is going to quit from here. There we go. Access application has quit, and the message box comes data updated. Enter, and there we go. And then enter. Pro finishes. Now let's go back to the code. Let me reset the code, and let's now open the access. I'm very much keen to see that if the SQL is changed to SQL. If it is, then you have done a great job. There we go, and yes, you can see that we got the SQL here, guys. We got the SQL here. Wow, this is fantastic. So using this, you can actually control your access completely using the Excel VBA. Of course, with the VBA, we have used the DAO technology as well. Now, many of you might not be using the DAO, I know that, and for many of you, ADO is something which you would like to see in this code. So my next two videos will be on the ADO. Same concept, same question, same project, but with a different technology, which is called the ActiveX data object. Right now, the library which we have used, that is called this data access object library, right? These libraries are used to transferring the data from one database to the another, or from one application to the another. The next time when I write the code, I'm going to talk about this another library which you can use, which people use, which is called the Microsoft ActiveX data object library, ADO. Right? Same concept, but the code will be a little different. The same, I mean, concept will remain same. We will open the database, we will set up the connection there. So that's going to be the additional information for you. Right? So that's it for now, and that will be the part 3 using the, of course, ADO, not the DO, and then part 3 and part 4 we will make it. So thank you so much, guys. I hope your questions, and I hope Ali, this is going to help you a lot in your project. Anything which is left, you can shoot out your comment on the channel, and for those who have watched this video and the previous video as well, your comments are always welcome. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support is highly appreciated and required. Thank you so much, and we're gonna talk something more very soon, something very exciting. I'll see you soon.